Brothers Radio, episode 14.
It is indeed.
Well, brother, what'd you get up to?
Today?
Yep.
Nothing. Not much. Looking for jobs. Applying like crazy on the internet, looking for writing gigs. So.
And it's going
poorly at the moment.
Poorly. Because you have no job yet.
Because I have, obviously.
Oh, very well.
You left me a cigar with a hole in it.
Well, grab a better one.
Whatever. Someone's got to smoke it. Might as well be me.
God, these things.
Oh, they haven't humidified. They've just been sitting there, drying out.
They're dusty as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Let me open this window.
Yes, we're men of culture. We have cigars while we talk about our various body parts on this internet show.
Yeah, excuse me while we talk about our balls and smoke cigars. We're men of class.
I can't get no suck off this fucking thing.
Throw it away. Grab a different one.
There we go. I just got to cover the hole with my finger.
That's right. Just plug her off.
Plug her off. Plug and play. Anyhow, what did you get up to today, brother?
Well, I was doing a little bit of plumbing. Ran around, checked out a couple jobs. Got a decent little project tomorrow. Exposed some water lines and put in some curb stops, some valves.
Ah.
Yep.
Fun.
Yeah, it should be a nice little day.
Yep. It's going to be a long day, or figure it'll get done by?
I'm hoping to get done tomorrow, but it'll be a full day for sure. So I have everything together, all my parts and pieces, and equipment's moved over there, so
right on.
Hopefully I can get going early in the morning. And
the older I get, the more I appreciate like starting work early in the morning.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You get started real early, and you get done by like 3 PM. Then you can just fuck around the rest of the day.
See, the problem with working where I'm at, we'll start early and then we just end up working till 5:30 or 6 anyway.
So you just end up working super long hours anyhow.
Yeah, so we eventually just start at 8 and work till 5:30 and
try and pen yourselves in, otherwise you work like crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy hours.
Try and monitor how much we work. So yeah, but I like getting up early, and I usually set my alarm for about 6:45 and get up, make a little breakfast, eggs. I had some sausage patties.
Pancakes with syrup.
Little hash browns.
Sausage. Bacon. And a slice of tomato. With a little salt and pepper on there. And beans on toast.
Fucking beans on toast.
It's good, alright? Beans on toast is fucking good. I know the English are stupid. I know they have crooked teeth and they're all overweight. And they speak like they got holes in their brain membranes, but they make a good breakfast.
They're insane in the membrane.
Oh, they're fucked, but they make a good breakfast.
I guess I haven't had a real...
You haven't ate a full English, mate.
Yeah, I haven't ate a full English, mate.
This bloke is having a full English on the tube. You seen that picture?
Oh, yeah.
I sent that to some guys. Like literally has a platter of like a full breakfast. He's just eating it on the fucking subway system.
Yeah, C train there in London. What the fuck is that? Oh, that's a pickup.
Yeah.
Wouldn't hurt to throw an exhaust on that old unit there, Thomas.
Thomas, if you're listening, your pickup is very loud. You're ruining my audio quality.
You're ruining it, bruv.
You're ruining it. You're ruining it. Oh yeah, you got a new cat here, eh?
Yeah. Got a little black kitty. Here, kitty. We named him Scrimmy.
And Scrimbles.
Scrimbles.
When we're feeling particularly drunk.
He's also known as Kitty.
Yeah, cat, kitty, or Scrimbles. Where's Scrimmy from again? Oh, from Scrimmy Bingus and the Scrungy Springus.
Yeah, I forgot about that. What the fuck was that?
Someone just made some retarded thing on Photoshop, and it was just a picture of a kid, and then it was like a title for it, like as if it was a video game or a movie or something. And someone actually took that art and made a cutout for it and everything, and put together like a bunch of PS2 games. Like took the covers off and everything, and then slipped them in there. Had all the art and all the stuff on the back, like described what the game was and everything.
Called it Scrimmy Bingus.
It looked like it was a real game. It was called Scrimmy Bingus and the Scrungy Springus. What the fuck does any of that mean?
I just like it. It just sounds so stupid.
It's I enjoy that kind of bizarre internet language.
Yeah, where you kind of fuck up words.
It really appeals to that like monkey brain that's deep inside me that just wants to like fuck with words and like pretend like my brain isn't actually working.
Exactly. Yeah, I like that sort of humor where you can like perfectly slide in a word that's not actually a word, but it flows with the sentence. So you hardly notice that somebody fucked with the word, but when you do, I love that shit.
Or I like when you take like phrases or sayings, and you take two and refuculate them until they're just one. Yeah. You take aspects of both and make like one saying. So for instance, like what did your boss say the one day? Something about we'll burn that bridge when we get there.
Oh, that was Kel that said that. Oh. Yeah, we'll burn that bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
Or it's water under the fridge.
Yeah, water under the fridge or
shit like that.
I love that. Yeah, does the Pope shit in a hat? Or no, does the Pope shit in the woods? Yeah. Right, does the Pope shit in his hat and the bear shit in the woods, and then you can the Pope shit in the woods.
Yeah, I love that shit.
So I was watching more tributes to Norm Mcdonald.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Well, I've been seeing lots.
There's lots of it getting recommended. Some really good shit. A lot of his appearances on Conan in the '90s were just hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Because he would just show up and just do shit, like without caring if it was funny, or he didn't really care if he had to promote anything. You know, it wasn't about that. It was just he wanted to show up and just be weird.
Yeah. And have the most abstract fucking jokes.
And what I discovered was that Norm Mcdonald voiced the Genie on Fairly Oddparents. Because the Genie's name was Norm, and I didn't pick up on that until just last night.
The Genie in Fairly Oddparents?
Yeah, there's a couple episodes where the Genie shows up, and it's like, I am the Genie, Norm. They give you 3 wishes, eh?
Oh, fuck, I don't remember that.
Yeah, and then one of the things is like, I'm off to destroy Canada. They've had it too good for too long. So I watched like a full fucking Fairly Odd Parent video, like an episode on YouTube last night. Yeah. Like, oh my fuck, I didn't know Norm Macdonald voiced the Genie in this.
That's great.
I watched it just for that. It was hilarious.
I'm off to destroy Canada. They've had it for too good for too long.
And so another thing he voiced recently was on so Seth MacFarlane has a Star Trek spoof series that he's made called The Orville.
Okay.
And Norm Macdonald voices a fucking blob creature called Yaphet. He's like literally like a green gooey ball with a mouth on it.
Kind of like Flubber.
Yeah, like a flubber, and he's like walking around like, "Hey, how's it going? Hey, I'm a fucking blob."
My name's Norm.
His name's Yaphet, the blob. But he talks like Norm Macdonald. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that guy can't do any accents or any sort of variation in his voice or the pitch or the.
Well, he can do a good Frenchman, but that's because he grew up in like Ottawa. So
yeah, everybody made fun of the French there. But like, yeah, you just know it's Norm Macdonald.
Yeah. Yeah, he has such a strange cadence and voice.
Yeah, give it up for Billy. Yeah.
Yeah. So I went down to the thing there and said, "What do you mean?" It's like you're kind of like half following everything he says.
Yeah.
But when you get to the end, you're like, oh, I get it. I understand it now. It's all about the delivery.
Exactly.
So our old Canadian election went well, eh?
I haven't even paid attention. I don't know. I'm just over it.
You know what the outcome was, though, right?
Yeah, I do.
A not ideal outcome.
What is an ideal outcome?
Well, Jeb Bush would have won everything.
Yeah,
That's the ideal outcome. Remember, I told you. I was hoping Jeb Bush was going to win.
God damn it, Jeb.
Jebediah, you son of a bitch. You thought you were going to do it this time.
Jeb.
Jeb, come on, buddy. Fuck.
Least you could do is just... We've had it too bad for too long. We need our savior, Jeb Bush.
Jeb Bush. Please clap. You ever see that clip?
No.
He's giving a speech like this. He threw his hat in the ring for the 2016 election, right, for the Republican Party.
Okay.
And he got blasted out by Trump and Ted Cruz, for that matter.
Yeah.
And at one of these public speaking things, he like gives a speech and then goes, "Please clap" after he's done. Like, oh boy, this is not exactly projecting confidence, Jebby.
Please clap.
Please. So, like, say what you will about Trump, at least the man's confident. I don't know if he's very bright, at least with his mouth, but fuck,
Yep.
at least he's got confidence.
Jesus.
Please clap. I don't know if it was like he was ordering people to clap or if he was like asking them politely to start clapping.
Now watch this drive.
Now his brother, on the other hand, now that's a man with confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will hunt down these terrorists and destroy them. Now watch this drive.
What's the age difference between George and Jeb?
I don't know, probably 10 years or something like that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Yeah, but not ideal. Not pleased.
No, our election, it's like it was the most expensive election in Canadian history, and it resulted in the Liberals gaining one seat. One seat. All that shit, all that campaigning and promoting and all this shit.
Yep.
And he got one seat. That's all he got.
Yeah.
God. The Bloc gained a couple more seats in Quebec, obviously.
Yep.
And then Alberta actually lost a couple of seats to...
PPC?
Nope.
To Liberal?
Yeah. So there's in Calgary, there's one NDP riding.
Yeah.
And in...
well, and Edmonton always has that one.
Edmonton
NDP
has two NDP ridings now and two Liberal ridings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah. So that's interesting. It's just now we'll have Parliament locked up for another 18 months until he calls another election, because that's exactly what he said he was going to do. It's like if he doesn't get the majority government this time around, he's going to, sling shit for another 18 months and then try again.
Yeah. What a gigantic waste of time. Tax-paying money.
Yep. No kidding.
Nothing gets done.
No, that's okay. I don't really like it when governments get anything done. I'd prefer them to just quietly fuck themselves. Quietly disappear.
Yeah,
I say anarchy. Let anarchy rule, man.
Here, kitty.
I say we let people choose their own governments, man. In their communities, man.
Come here, cat. Come here. Get your fucking... you fucking asshole.
All right, should I get the water?
No.
No? Oh, he's a little dirty. I sprayed him before, and then he went running, and he got coated in sawdust. He went and hid underneath the table saw, and he got covered in sawdust. Little bastard.
Little son of a bastard. You're showing the camera your butthole.
That's the money shot right there.
Get your hairs out of my fucking drink.
You're going to fill up my computer with sawdust and cat hair. It's
Well, I'll throw him off here right away. But yeah, this is our new kitty. Scrimmy.
Scrimbles.
Man, that's a nice fucking kitty right there.
Yeah, he's a little filthy right now. He'll be fine. He was looking really nice until I had to squirt him.
Yeah. Oh, you fucking asshole. Ow!
He just fucking latch on you?
Yeah, he just jumped right onto my leg, claws out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you watch your fucking tone.
All right, Skirmal, it's time for you to go. I won't squirt you, but I'll squirt near you.
Yeah, squirt him. See ya. All right, he gone.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Thanks for coming.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Fat models.
No, I mean, no, that doesn't grind my gears. If they want to be fat, that's their choice, isn't it? If they want to be models, that's the agency's choice. No, it's like it's people on social media who post stuff. You know, if a tragedy happens or some sort of, I don't know, there's some sort of like social media movement.
Yeah,
people who belong to social media movements.
Yeah,
it just makes me mad. It's like people are like, oh, we gotta find the. Well, like every 6 months or so, someone will post something about missing and murdered Indigenous women. It's like, you don't actually care. You're just posting that on your social media to pretend like you give a fuck.
Yeah.
Just to make yourself look good.
Well, it seems like they genuinely care. Like,
they genuinely care for about 15 minutes.
About 15 minutes, and they think by posting stuff like that on their story, they're actually making a difference. Mm. It's pretty ignorant.
Yeah, it's so ignorant. I remember, I think one of the most ignorant things of all time was there was like some crisis in Sudan. Like there was, I don't know, some civil war going on in like South Sudan or some shit. Who fucking knows? And so then all of the demographic is young white women.
Yeah.
Feel that they have to conquer the world and tell the world all of the tragedies going on, as if they can change anything. So there's this thing going on in Sudan, and all the girls it changed their icon or their profile picture to just a blue circle.
Yeah,
it's like, why? What does that solve? Well, and then I actually quizzed someone on that one time. I was like, what does that actually do besides make you look like you're doing something?
Like you care,
make you
like
feel good.
Like you're a social justice warrior.
Makes you feel good because you think you're doing something.
Yeah.
Other than that, what is it doing? Well, it brings awareness to the situation. What do you mean? This thing is like on the news 24/7. If people want information and want to know about it, they can go to like the regular fucking news.
Yeah.
What you're doing is pretending to help, but really subconsciously you just want attention.
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you ever see... Nice.
Missed.
There was we're going to go into a slight moment of COVID talk, which I hate, but so there was a thing going around on people's stories, and they're posting like the different variants and stuff. And on there, it said Ligma variant. Did you ever see that?
Well, I seen that, yeah. I mean, people joked about that quite a bit.
I read about it, but people were actually sharing this post, and it said Ligma variant on there. I was like, you're fucking joking, right?
What, they didn't... Like, this was, like, serious? People were posting
I'm pretty sure,
serious?
yeah.
Wow.
Like, I seen it on a few stories. Like, it said Delta variant, a different variant, and then it said Ligma variant. I was like, you know that's a fucking joke, right? Like...
What's next? The Sugma?
Yeah, the Fugma variant.
Maybe I got a bad case of the Fugma variant. What's Fugma?
I just seen that. I was
like, little bitch.
I just seen that. I was like, so you seen this on somebody else's story, and you're like, oh, I got to do my part, share it, without looking into,
without even reading
fucking reading the pictures saying Ligma on there.
Let alone doing like your own research. Like on the internet, like going and doing more research. You literally just looked at the picture and went, oh, that's good. I can get some clout from posting that, and then post it.
I might get a little bit of attention for sharing that, even though it literally says Ligma on there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're a fucking moron.
Oh, there's so many cases. There's actually, I don't remember exactly, but there's a couple cases of people like creating fake social movements on Instagram.
Yep.
And white girls will just pick it up like you wouldn't believe. Buy it like it's the hottest new fashion.
Well, I'm really pulling on strings here. I can't quite remember, but doesn't Russia, won't they like start an Instagram page, like a regular old meme page, and then once they gain enough followers on that page, we'll switch it over to like some sort of social justice movement page?
Oh, it's likely.
And they'll like pit that page against other pages, and like once they gained enough followers, I think that this was in the States, but I think they had some sort of like anti-gay movement page. They were pitting like a gay movement page against each other. They're like across the street from each other. They both had marches on the same day. Like they had people following these pages, and they pit those two pages against each other, like
When they were in control of both.
and they were in control of both pages, I think.
They play both sides,
Like-
so they always come out on top.
Exactly.
Oh, if I was a Russian, that's what I would do.
And I'm like, I don't exactly remember how that all went, but
Well,
something like that happened.
There has been a lot of cases of they call them the Russian troll factories. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's what it's called.
They basically create these troll accounts on Twitter and Instagram and whatever else, and they just crank out anger.
Yeah,
They just crank out anger, and people buy into it because that's the most addictive drug today. It's anger,
absolutely.
and and people just get mad for no fucking reason. And the Russians it's hilarious because ultimately, I don't know if they're really doing any damage. They're just fucking with Americans' time.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
Canadians, for that matter, too. This cigar sucks.
Yep.
I give up on it. Yeah. So anyway, I don't like people who pretend like they care about things and then forget about it the next day.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
social media, like there's nothing wrong with being completely apathetic. There's actually nothing first of all, not giving a fuck is free.
Yeah.
It costs you nothing at all. And there's no negative consequence to not giving a fuck about something 5,000 miles away.
And I believe that if you take care of the people in your country, the more people that are better off in your country, the better you can help other countries, other parts of the world.
Absolutely.
So take care of your shit at home, and then you can take care of others.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, what's that? I guess the metaphor is when you're on an airplane and they always recommend that if you get into a fucking crash or whatever and you got to put the oxygen mask on, they always recommend you put yours on first before you help someone else.
Yeah.
Because if you can't get yours on and you're trying to help someone else, you're going to pass out and they're going to pass out and now you're both fucked.
Yeah.
It's better to help yourself first,
Yeah.
and then that way you're in a better position to help others.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my message is take care of the people here in our country.
Take care of your own.
Absolutely.
Help your own people. It's in your communities especially.
Yep.
In your hometowns, in your neighborhoods. If you're living in big urban centers, it's really hard to maintain community, but
Yep.
we got to take care of each other,
Yep. Exactly.
Got to fucking shovel each other's driveways, mow each other's lawns for fuck's sake.
Yep. Swing if you want to.
Share our wives. Sacrifice our children to Moloch in the backyard. Have ourselves a barbecue. Come on, let's build some sense of community
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
That's what the ancients did. Worked for them.
Buy a case of beer for the neighbor. Sacrifice goats.
Sacrifice goats.
Yeah.
Sacrifice goats to ghosts.
Have a block party.
Share each other's wives. Share each other's husbands.
Yeah.
Share each other's toothbrushes. It's all about community.
That's right. Interwoven.
Community, it's important.
We are one.
One of us. I was reading an article today. So some physicists, astrophysicists or whatever, basically sun watchers, guys who stare into the sun for a living, are saying that we are due for a coronal mass ejection in the next couple decades.
What does that mean?
So every about 100 years or so, the sun's basically it's this big fiery ball of plasma and shit, right? But it has a ridiculous magnetic field.
Okay.
The outside layer of the sun is called the corona.
Okay.
And it's actually way, way, way hotter than the surface of the sun. It's like the sun's atmosphere.
Huh. Okay.
It's this layer of super highly charged plasma.
Yep.
And you can actually see it when you get a solar eclipse.
Yeah.
You can see the corona. It's that glowing. There's the moon's in front, and there's that glowing yellow edge. That's the corona. So every 100 years or so, the magnetic system of the sun, I don't know, it changes or whatever, it flips. And what'll happen is that layer of plasma gets ejected.
Okay.
And it's super, super highly charged particles.
Yeah.
When that hits the Earth, it causes all kinds of problems. I think it was in the 1890s or something like that. We actually experienced one of these phenomenons. And at the time, there wasn't much electronics in the world, but we did have telegraph and telegram and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And there was like reporting that people all over the world were reporting that they were getting electrocuted and shit. There was like telegraph operators getting fucking shocked. Like telephone lines melted, all kinds of shit like that, right?
Wild.
Because it's that highly charged.
Yeah.
And the scientists today are saying that we're due for another one because these things tend to happen every 100 years or so.
Yeah.
And if we're due for one, we're in for a real rough go because we have a lot of electronics.
Well, the infrastructure for communication and electricity is everywhere.
It's everywhere, and it's become everything too.
Absolutely.
So what they predict is that if one of these things hits, at least half of global communications is going to go down.
Yeah.
Because it's not shielded correctly.
Yep.
A lot of satellites are going to basically explode, not because of the electrical effect of it, but actually because they're out in outer space and they're going to get hit with like fucking flaming plasma.
Yeah. Don't have the atmosphere to protect them.
Yeah, exactly. So they'll just get fried. So it will be in for a real treat. We'll see how that actually turns out.
Freaking plasma.
I think, there'll be probably power outages across the United States. One of these guys predicted that at least half of America, or 1/3 to half of America, would lose power for up to 2 years. And essentially the internet would cease to function because so many server banks would explode and power lines would explode.
Like, a lot of people will die.
Here's hoping.
Here's to hoping.
Cheers. Well, no, what'll happen is there'll be a great shakeup in things, and we'll return to feudalism. And you and I, we can become barons.
That's right. Lords.
We'll be lords of the land.
Excellent.
Yeah.
But then we can't have the Brothers podcast for a couple of years. We'll have to set up an old AM transmitter.
No, we can't even do that. We'll just have to set up a couple stumps in the public amphitheater. Tune in to two fucking drunk retards talking.
Brothers Radio Live.
Yeah, live through the power of our speaking voices.
All right. We'll be in the old Palliser Square in Linden. If this thing ever happens, that's where we'll be every Wednesday and Friday.
If the internet implodes, which, as much as I like the internet, I would like to see it not exist.
Well, it'd be kind of interesting to see something happen.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good shakeup.
Yep.
Maybe we could learn something.
Yep.
I think human beings have had it too good for too long.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
We've had it way too good for way too long.
Yeah. It's been way too carefree around here.
Yeah.
We need some hard times.
We need a little bit of hard times.
Yeah, a little hard times.
Builds character. A couple things to get over,
That's right. Everybody's needs safe spaces and
people are worried about which bathrooms people are pissing in and shit. And
we need something real to worry about.
Man, 400 or 500 years ago, there's guys just literally roaming around the plains, fucking killing each other.
There was a Genghis Khan tying little burning pieces of wood to the pigeons and setting whole towns on fire.
Yeah, exactly. You just fucking destroy whole towns. You know what they used to do, allegedly? I think, this might have been Kublai, his grandson. They used to take the prisoners, the Chinese prisoners that they would capture.
Yeah.
They would take them and render them.
Yeah.
They would take them and literally boil them down into fat, and then use that fat to light shit on fire with.
Jesus.
Use it to you coat a stone full of that fat and then light it on fire and fling it over a wall with a trebuchet or whatever.
That's gross.
Yeah. That's what they used to do. Which is, that's pretty based.
Yeah.
It's called they do a little trolling.
Trolling it's different from century to century.
Well, yeah, but think about it in that time, even in this time, Chinese people are a resource.
Hey, anything's a resource if you think about it hard enough.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's if you're in 1300 AD and you're fighting China, which has literally 1/3 of the world's population.
Yeah.
It's you got to start you got to start using interesting means to fight them because they're just going to overwhelm you with numbers.
Exactly.
So what you do, you take their captured dudes and you turn them into weapons.
you render them.
You render them down into fat. And if shit, maybe you don't even use them for weapons. Maybe you just use them for cooking oil. I don't know. The cannibal, those fucking Mongols are probably cannibals.
Probably.
They subsisted on a lot of meat, almost entirely of meat and dairy.
Yeah.
And mostly horse as well, because that's pretty much all you had. So they would drink fermented horse milk and just eat. Oh, what they would do sometimes, if they had a hard ride ahead of them to get to the next campaign spot or whatever, next battle, they would take one of their horses, put a little nick in like one of the arteries in its neck, and then collect all the blood and then cauterize it.
Yeah.
So then you get a cup of blood, and you drink it. It's very rich, a lot of iron, a lot of calories in the cup of blood.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not pleasant, but if you're a Mongol, I'm sure it's delicious.
I'm sure there's worse things.
I'm sure it's the same as having a cup of coffee.
Cup of horse blood in the morning.
Hey, how's it going there, bud? Oh no, right. You can't talk to Joe over there. You can't talk to him until he had his morning cup of blood.
Rendered Chinese fat.
I can't function without my first cup of blood in the morning. It's all these Mongolian housewives going like that.
All right, ice blood review.
Yeah, they think they put it on ice. When it's wintertime, they think they make blood cones.
Chewy.
Yeah, that'd be very, very gross.
Yeah. I don't like to think about it.
Yeah.
I'll stick with my buffalo chicken nuggets.
Yeah. I'll stick to drinking beer.
Bud Light. Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius. Real Men of Genius.
Couple of retards. Retards of genius. That's us.
That's us.
Yeah. So, as you may have noticed, Aubrey, I've been playing a lot of the video game Hearts of Iron 4
every time
lately.
I come home, you're just chilling in my basement like, hey, can I get a little peace and quiet here, brother?
If you want to kick me out, you can kick me out. All right? No one say it's your own house. I understand. I'm going to understand. But it's a nice, quiet place to sit and play video games. You got a nice couch down there. The internet is pretty stable.
Yep. No, it's all good. I'm not home anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are you playing?
A game called Hearts of Iron 4.
Right. Is it good?
It's pretty good.
Nice.
It's a World War II strategy game. You can play as any country that existed in the year 1936.
Can you play Canada?
Yep.
Can you win as Canada?
Yes. There's even a...
Not accurate.
What do you mean? We won. You're kidding? We liberated the Netherlands, for fuck's sakes.
We helped.
What do you mean? We did a hell of a job. By the end, we had the third largest navy in the world. By the end, we had more than 10% of our population served.
That's pretty good.
That's a pretty high percentage. Over 1 million people served.
That's pretty good.
In a country of like 11 million people or some shit.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. We did a lot of work. We fucking... The DAP raids and all that shit.
Yeah, that's true. We did pretty good on Juno Beach.
Juno Beach, we kicked ass. In Italy, we kicked ass.
That's true.
Netherlands, we liberated the Netherlands.
We did pretty good in...
The Dutch haven't forgotten either.
We did pretty good in World War One too.
Yeah, see, we're one of these countries. I think there's certain nations out there that have... They just... I think we understand certain things about human nature.
Yeah.
We realize that in order to have respect for ourselves, we have to kill someone else. And you know who else understands this? The Japanese.
Yeah.
They get it. I think we get it too subconsciously. It's like, how do we get national pride? We murder someone else. Yeah. We kill other people.
Hand-to-hand combat.
We fucking strangle them in their trenches in the middle of the night.
That's true.
We cover ourselves with black paint and sneak over the no man's land and hop in the trench and then fucking slit guys' throats. And then when we've had our fill, we'll sneak back over the no man's land and back to our trench and have a cup of tea before it's even 5 a.m.
That's right. Oh, we did some wild shit.
Oh, yeah.
Glad I wasn't there, though.
In World War I? Holy fuck. That was a horrible war.
Oh, awful.
It's just awful. There's nothing happening. You just sitting waiting to die.
Pretty much.
Drinking piss. Drinking piss as mouthwash.
God.
Watching some Scottish guy fucking crank his hog down the fucking line. You're like,
watching my foot literally rot off.
Can you not fucking do that there? Fuck off, you bastard. I gotta fucking do it.
I might be dead in 5 minutes. All right, Gabriel. Crank the fuck out of your hog.
Scottish man named Gabriel.
Yeah.
That's
Gabriel Leslie.
Why do you think Scottish people are wearing kilts? Easy access, no buttons, no zippers, none of that shit. You just fucking reach underneath and grab.
Plus, when you bail over the top of the trench into the enemy trench, you just teabag them balls out, dude, just dragging across German foreheads.
Teabag some fucking stupid Kraut bastard right in the face. Give him steel, laddies.
Oh, imagine.
You wanted to see some fucking real balls? Well, here's some real balls for you. Grandma was telling me about her brothers that fought in World War II.
Yeah.
And she told me that, her oldest brother, his name's Willie.
Yeah.
I guess in French it'd be Guillaume. What was that cat back? Yeah, anyway, so Willie, I think he was a little... Well, he was still within the age of being conscripted or a volunteer service. He was still young enough.
Yeah.
So he was a cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was so bad at his job, he actually got dishonorably discharged. I think he probably fucking food poisoned somebody. They fucking kicked him out.
Yep, that's our family history.
No, that's even better. Is so our great-grandfather,
yeah,
so grandma's dad, also signed up. He lied about his age.
Yeah.
He was like, I think he was like 52 or something when the war kicked off. He might have been older.
Yeah.
He signed up. And they realized this guy was way too old. Oh, okay,
get that motherfucker. Yeet.
I'm telling a story, cat. I'm sorry. I'll pet you later.
Pet you on the flip-flop.
Yeah, so our grandfather signed up as well. And he was way too old. Great-grandfather. He signed up. He was too old. They realized this. They figured this out. And so they relegated him to, like, polishing all the top brass's boots for the entire war. He was in Britain.
Yeah.
Basically polishing the boots of, like, colonels and generals and shit. That was his job. Oh, that little bastard.
You sneak in here? Give me that water bottle. All right, cocksucker.
Oh, he's going to hide. No, he's going the wrong way. He's hiding under the fucking...
I'll give him a little spritz.
Give him a spritzel.
Cat, you're not moving.
Oh, he's just soaking them now. He's going to get real dirty.
He'll be okay.
Whatever. He'll figure it out.
Little abuse is okay.
Yeah, it's not really abuse. It's just water.
Cats hate water.
Yeah, so...
Yep.
Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Hearts of Iron 4. It's
looking for a lighter.
Yeah, it's a great game. I was playing as Vietnam.
Yeah.
Well, I was playing. You have to start out as the colony of French Indochina.
Yeah.
And then you got to like break free as Ho Chi Minh, Uncle Ho. Start fighting as like a communist.
Yeah.
You're just like you're running around with these like really shitty fucking units. You're fighting the French. You have like tanks and trucks and fucking artillery and shit, and you're just like a bunch of bushwhackers. But you win because you got all these great buffs.
Yeah,
you got like all this, all these great multipliers and stuff. So
nice.
Yeah, you can play as Japan, Germany, the Soviets, America, Canada, Britain, Portugal, if you want. They don't really do much. Italy, yep. You get to conquer Ethiopia. That's the first war that happens in the game because it starts in 1936.
Yeah. That's
the first war that sort of happened in the World War II era. So you get to conquer that. That takes no time. Or you can play as the fucking Aussies. And then the best part is each country has their own, they have a focus tree. So you can do different like paths and do different things. So like, for instance, as the Germans, you have a focus to Anschluss, Austria.
Yeah.
Or whatever, like historical stuff.
Yeah.
But then there's like non-historical things you can pick.
Right.
So if you're I don't know, say you're Italy, you can choose not to join the Germans and choose to have your own thing, invite Francisco Franco from Spain
Yeah.
to join like your faction, and you can like reform the Roman Empire. Like 2,000 years later or whatever.
Nice. So they got different paths in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
China's really fun in that game too, because there's like all these different factions of China, because it was in like this period of warlordism.
Yeah. I always forget that China was never involved in either world war.
Yeah, they were.
In the first?
Not in the first.
Not in the second either.
In the second, yes.
Well, Japan tried invading China,
Yes.
but they never...
Yeah, they were in the war.
Well,
They account for like 3/4 of the deaths in World War II.
just fighting off the Japanese.
Yeah.
Really?
They lost like 40 million people.
Oh.
Rape and Nanking. All that shit.
Yeah, because I just never think of... Yeah, when I think of China, like, really they were just defending from being invaded.
Yeah, from Japan though.
Yeah.
That's part of the World
Okay,
Wars.
yeah, yeah.
They consider that to be part of the World Wars. The British and the Americans were helping the Chinese fight the Japanese.
Oh, so they actually, like, the British and Americans were actually in China fighting off the Japanese.
They were funding, they were helping monetarily the Chinese fight the.
But not with men.
No, not with. There was no like.
Okay.
There
See,
was no
that's why I
troops in China.
never.
There wasn't like Hong Kong, but that's because that was a British colony.
Right.
No, there was no front that Canada or Britain or the United States was involved in.
See, that's
fighting
why
the Japanese.
I never think of China being involved in World War II because. Yeah.
Right, because we weren't there.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but search up if you're curious, everybody. Search up the Flying Tigers.
Okay.
It was this corps of pilots that I think it was a volunteer service. A lot of Americans and other pilots actually were volunteered to fight for China and fly their planes.
Chinese planes.
Well, they were British planes that they'd given to them.
Yeah.
And they would fly these planes to fight off the Japanese, try and maintain air superiority.
Yeah.
So that's a kind of a neat piece of history.
But they never did? Or they did?
They did, yes.
Oh, okay.
The Flying Tigers. Search them up.
Oh, okay.
India was in the war. Actually, India had the largest army on the Allied side. Or it's the largest volunteer army in world history. Because, of course, there's a bajillion people there. And there's a long history in India as well of, like, there was this trend of, well, if we fight for the British, and it's the same thing in our country. If we fight for the British, we can gain honor and a sense of our own thing.
Yeah.
If we fight for the British.
Yeah.
So they did the same thing. They had at one point a standing army of 1 million men.
Wow.
That's the largest volunteer army. Now the United States obviously had a way larger armed forces, but it wasn't a volunteer army.
Yeah.
It had conscription.
Yeah.
And same with Britain and in Canada.
In Canada. Huh.
I managed to cut myself with a fucking bread knife the other day.
Nice. Good job. Need to callus some hands up, boy.
I know. I gotta start.
Need a job.
I need to start shoveling or something.
Something.
Get a pickaxe. Just start going to town.
Lifting weights.
Yeah. No, it wasn't not like a butter knife, but like a bread knife for cutting buns and stuff.
Oh, yeah. You just kept sawing through the bun into your hand?
I wasn't paying attention. I got enthused. I started sawing away, and sure enough, I fucking slid right into myself.
Just started giving her a little too much.
Yeah, and she
next thing you know,
pouring blood. And fuck. A little polysporin and a Band-Aid, fix that.
fixed her right up.
Fix her right up.
Nice. Congrats.
Thanks.
You're an idiot.
Fuck you.
I've never cut myself cutting a bun.
Yeah? You've never lived.
That may be the case, but still, nonetheless.
Congratulations. Well, I bought the thing. I'm going to use the soundboard.
We need a bigger soundboard so we can have like 25 sounds.
Oh God! Then I would just be playing with all the buttons all the time. It'd just be a show of just. It'd be worse than Howard Stern. Just fucking shit all the time.
Just trailer park quotes. You know what time it is? Peanut butter and jelly sandwich time.
There'd be one on there just had a couple drinks, saw a couple things. I think there'd be a bunch of Ray quotes on there. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you boys. I don't know anything about tracking chickens. I just did it for the free liquor. Classic.
Boom, right into the side of the post office.
Yeah.
That's my sleeper off my old white Western Star.
Don't pay no lot fees. Got my sleeper back there. I own that. Don't pay any lot fees. Randy doesn't know. Leahy doesn't know. Got free cable, free electricity. Randy doesn't know. Leahy doesn't know. I mean, so help my fuck. Life's good. Yeah.
That's a great show.
Back to like World War II shit though. I found out that after 1945, all British models of tanks that they produced mandatorily had to have equipment in them to make tea. They had to have like a hot plate so you could like put the kettle on.
So you could boil water.
So you could boil some water and make some tea.
Fuck yeah.
And
every tank after that?
Every single tank to the modern day. Since 1945 till now, every tank manufactured in Britain, like a native British design, has a kettle in it.
A hot plate or some sort of
kettle. Some sort of equipment to make fucking hot water and tea.
Hell yeah. Because how did they probably just had a kettle sitting on the old exhaust manifold or some shit.
You could probably do some. Yeah, those dirty old diesel engines probably get pretty hot.
Yeah, were they diesel? Yeah, they would have been
diesel.
diesel.
They would run on diesel, yeah. At least the American ones were, I don't know. But the Brits, probably the Brits do.
Because what model of tank did the Brits have?
In
World War II?
World War II, there was various ones. There was the Matildas, which were hunks of shit. The best tanks that they had were the Cromwells.
Yeah.
They were actually really, really well designed, really, really well balanced tanks. And then there's variations of that. Like they would have different size guns on them or whatever. Yeah. Of course, none of them seemed to match the firepower that the German tanks had, but they were always they're really reliable, really quick.
Yeah.
I think they had one called the Valentina tank. It was a very light tank. I don't know if there was many of those made, but they used one of those.
Yeah, the Germans had some pretty stout tanks.
It's really interesting, though.
Smoking.
What's really interesting, Pierre, is that
Miguel.
Is the beginning of World War II, France had better tanks than the Germans.
Really?
From a manufacturing standpoint and just a technical standpoint, French tanks were better than German tanks.
Huh.
They're more reliable. They had better armor, better weaponry. But the French they were not thinking correctly about how to use them.
Right.
They were using them as mobile, like pill boxes, like little things for infantry to hide behind.
Yeah.
They were mobile armor.
More defense.
It was defensive. Whereas the Germans use their tanks like cavalry.
Yeah.
You get a bunch of them, you fucking ram them through the line, and then you send them around and encircle everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
That way they have to fight on all sides then.
Yeah.
The French were using them as a defensive way, and that was poor. That was a poor choice of strategy. And that's why the French lost the phony war.
So if they were just better fighters.
If they had a better doctrine. The French actually have a really, really good track record of military history. Yeah. Napoleon, for instance.
Yeah.
Actually, if you take Napoleon out of it, they have a better track record. Because if anyone knows the story of Napoleon, he lost quite a bit towards the end there.
Yeah, he wasn't doing too good. That
lost like a million men. In
the old Russian
Russia.
winter got him.
Yeah. Waterloo.
Yeah. What a guy.
What a guy. Napoleon. Oh, vive la France. Oh, I was also reading about Thomas Edison. That guy was fucked. So back in the early days of I guess what would you call it? Electrical industrialism.
Okay.
So, like, when people are finally figuring out how to use electricity for shit,
Right.
there was all kinds
Putting
of
it into practice.
putting it into practice, like light bulbs and machines and electric motors, anything like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There was always a talk about, well, how should we conduct the electricity from the power plant, right? And Edison was all about DC fucking electrical
Right.
transmission.
Yeah.
Which is fucking retarded because you're going to have to mine so much copper to have these thick fucking copper cables to run DC power. And every fucking 12 miles, you're going to have a power station.
Yeah.
And Nikola Tesla and some other scientists were like, well, no, alternating current.
Yeah.
That's the better way to transmit the power.
Yeah.
Well, Thomas Edison was not so much a scientist, more of just a business tyrant.
More of an asshole.
More of an asshole. To prove his point that alternating current was a dangerous idea, that it was a bad idea, and that DC current transmission should be the way to go.
Yeah.
He took a couple elephants, and I think, well, maybe just one, but he did this. Well, no, he did this a couple times. He took some elephants in New York and hooked them up to AC electric current, like I don't know how many fucking volts, but hooked them up to a whole fucking power station and fried them with AC current. And had like public displays, like you could buy tickets to go watch a fucking elephant get electrocuted.
Just to slander AC.
Just and be like, look, AC's dangerous.
Yeah, because you
fucking put 3 million volts through the fucking thing. That's why it lit on fire like that. It's got nothing to do with AC. You could do the same with DC current. It would fucking light the thing on fire. No, you just do that to try and scare people into going for his idea.
Yeah.
That guy was a real asshole.
He did a lot of shitty things.
Thomas Edison's a fuck. Good businessman, though. He did make the light bulb affordable. He took the idea and made it actually economically practical.
He didn't invent the light bulb, though, did he?
There's people before that had invented light bulbs, but Thomas Edison, he took the existing idea, found a better filament for it.
That's right.
Made it more economically viable. So he's attributed with being the inventor of light bulbs. But there was a scientist in like Toronto that came up with one. There was dudes in Scotland and England who came up with ones, but their filaments would always explode in like a couple hours, so they weren't very useful. But the Edison light bulb could last, I think it would have
years.
Well, no, it wouldn't have been that long. It was still pretty shit. But it would have 20 working hours as opposed to the 1.5 hour that some of these other scientists had come up with.
What makes up a filament now? Like
it's tungsten.
Yeah. Is that what it was originally?
No, he actually used a piece of carbonized. I think it was like cardboard.
Yeah,
there was a certain way of using cardboard. It was,
right.
And it somehow worked. I don't know.
Because I think we watched an episode on like Discovery Channel or something about that.
Yeah, what was that show?
Because he dipped that strip of cardboard in something. Something like that.
I can't remember. It made it so that it didn't burn out. Right.
Yeah.
And then he might have also invented a better vacuum system to suck out the oxygen from the bulbs. That way it wouldn't oxidize and burn out.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, he did improve upon the idea, but he didn't invent the idea.
Yeah. And then put it into production.
Yeah. Yes.
And now we're all just running LED.
Yeah. Who invented the LED? Now that's a question. People should know the name of that guy. The LED, because the first LEDs that existed were only in red light, I believe.
Okay.
In order to create white light, you need to mix red, blue, and
green.
I can't remember. What are the primary colors? Yellow, I think. Some kind of a yellow or something like that.
Yeah, red, yellow, and blue. No, but I thought when you look at an LCD screen on a TV.
Oh, it's green. Yeah.
Yeah, red, blue, and green.
So you have to be able to create the blue LED, like an LED, a diode that creates just pure blue light.
Right.
And I don't think it took a long time for people to come up with that invention, because the first ones were like red. They invented LED technology probably in the 50s.
You think that long ago?
Yeah. Like it's just a diode, right? It's just that's what LED means.
Yeah,
light emitting diode.
Light emitting diode.
It's a very simple technology. I don't know how it actually works, so. But allow me to inform you, even though I don't know anything.
I don't know shit, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
But in order to create white light, you need to have you have to be able to create
colors.
the entire wavelengths of white light.
Right.
When they mix, then it creates white. And I don't think they couldn't make white light until, I don't know, maybe 25, 30 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
So that guy, whoever came up with that blue diode, that guy, his name should be everywhere.
Well, he's probably just chilling on a beach in the Bahamas. Or dead.
He's probably from Taiwan.
Probably.
I'm guessing he's probably like Taiwanese or something.
Probably a chick with a dick.
What?
Taiwanese ladyboy.
That's Thailand. Thailand has the ladyboys. Taiwan is an island that
You don't think
creates...
Taiwan has ladyboys? You ever been, Gump?
No, but I'm guessing they don't have that many. They're not known for their ladyboys.
Well, they might be.
No, they're not.
They're not known for LEDs either, Gump.
They're known for their computer chips.
Are they?
But this laptop is made in Taiwan.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that's what Taiwan does. They do a lot of like computer chips and shit like that.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I don't think they're known for their ladies with penises. That's Thailand. Thailand is known for that. That's why people go to Bangkok.
To Bangkok.
To the flesh pots of Bangkok.
To Bangkok.
To suck cock.
How do you know when a dad joke is a dad joke?
I'm not dignifying this with an answer. Just say the punchline.
When it becomes apparent.
I hate you. You're very funny. You know that?
Thank you.
Very funny.
I seen that on a town sign today.
Oh, was that an Acme?
Yeah.
I've seen that too. I wondered because I thought I knew the punchline.
Because I seen
can't remember
it.
Where I saw it.
When I read it first, I was like, "What's apparent about that?" I'm like, "Oh, for fuck's sakes!" It actually got me.
So it didn't really come apparent.
Because usually that Acme town sign has the gayest shit on
You
it.
outsmarted that sign by not having it become apparent to you.
Yeah.
I don't fucking get your joke. It's stupid. Fuck you.
Yeah. I should have posted on the Acme Alberta community.
Your sign makes no sense. Fuck you.
Fuck this sign. I don't get it. The only thing that's apparent.
The punchline is not obvious at all. Fuck you.
The only thing that's apparent is the absolute waste of taxpayer money on this.
The only thing that's apparent is the fucking opiate dependence that this town has. Dependent on opiates.
Yes. Gump, we got talking about jaw strengthening.
Oh,
at the
you
dinner
just get these
table.
fucking ads. You get these fucking ads on Instagram all the time. It's like, wow, get this fucking rubber thing to chew on. You can get a chiseled jaw like a Greek god.
But there's
Like, dude, if you don't have the bone structure, you're not gonna have a jaw. Like, it's not muscle that makes your jaw. It's fucking bone.
But that's where I think you're wrong. So I was listening to a podcast with Brett Weinstein.
Mm-hmm.
Well, his podcast. I think it's like the Dark Horse podcast.
Yeah.
And he got talking about this one gentleman. I can't remember his name, but he got talking about how humans now, like we always have to get our wisdom teeth pulled. Mm-hmm. And he wondered why.
Well, the food we eat for the last 20,000 years.
Well, exactly. Our food is softer. So he believes that our skull and our jaw is dynamic. So it can be formed and shaped as we grow up. And if we strengthen our jaws as we grow, there would be room for our wisdom teeth.
Right. Well,
and there's probably
some
something.
evidence to show that, but I think
And I
a
think
lot of it has to do with genetics as well.
Oh, I'm sure that's a bit of it too.
It's a long genetic trend in the human genome right now.
Oh, by now, yeah. Just because we've been eating soft foods for the past however many thousands of years.
Yeah. Cooking meat.
Yeah.
Not having to fucking chew on raw tree nuts.
Exactly. But that is kind of an interesting idea because when we're born, I mean, our skull is in pieces. So in a way, I've seen babies with shaped
like
plastic things.
They'll have a flat part on their head.
Yeah, so
they
they
gotta
can
get one of them shaped things.
Yeah, so they wear that for however many
maybe
months or whatever to form their head. Well, I mean, that does make sense for the human jaw as well, if properly strengthened and trained, I guess.
Yeah,
it might be able to have enough room for wisdom teeth, because we know people. We had a cousin that had enough room for his wisdom teeth.
Yeah. I mean, I had
so there
three of my
might
teeth
be a
were
bit
fine.
of it too.
One of them was impacted though.
Yeah.
But like 3 of mine could have stayed.
You got them all pulled? Though?
Yeah, I just got them all pulled.
Yeah. I got mine pulled too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of an interesting thought.
Yeah. I don't know. Still though, I don't. It's like at a certain point, it is genetic. Like if you have a tiny little fucking jaw,
yeah,
you're not going to increase the size of your jaw at the age of 20 by chewing on a fucking hunk of rubber.
It's far too late for us.
Yeah, but chewing on a hunk of rubber. And the worst is like they always have like these fake accounts going, "Oh wow, can I get this for my boyfriend?" Like, oh, did they pay you $1 to say that?
You know, like shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
No, but it would make sense. But how are you gonna teach a fucking kid to chew on something so his wisdom teeth come in? Like it doesn't make sense.
No, you don't. Well, kids are always chewing on shit. Give them popcorn kernels. That's probably why I've got such a chiseled jaw.
Yeah, that's why I look like a Greek fucking god.
That's why
I've been pulling popcorn kernels out of the back of my fucking teeth.
Because I'm chewing on unpopped kernels. Kids got to eat the unpopped kernels. You take a bag of popcorn, you got to eat the unpopped stuff. That's how you get a jaw like this.
That's how you look this fucking good.
I didn't just wake up looking this fucking good. It took time.
It took a lot of fucking popcorn
kernels. A lot of unpopped popcorn kernels to look this good.
Exactly.
I say with my gut sticking out 3 inches over my belt.
Yeah, as my gut's hanging over my belt and my chest is dropping into my drawers.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
I think that'd be about time to wrap her up.
Call it a Wednesday.
Call her a Wednesday.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yep. Cheers, folks.
Bye.